It's time for the part of the show that comes next, listener feedback. This is the part of the show that happens when this sentence ends.
We've just got one email we're responding to today from listener TV. And here it is. Guys, I love the show and love the stuff on Pell, but your attack on capitalized naturopaths is bullshit. Sorry, absolute bullshit.
Oh, really?
Yep, really. This, quote, allopathic medicine is the only true medicine is bullshit. Naturopathy involves the study of plants. It is not homeopathy. Did we say it was homeopathy?
No.
Also,
Okay.
pin in that, by the way.
Yeah, pin in everything. Just pins all over this one.
I believe botany is the study of plants.
It is.
Okay. Lots of things involve plants. I mean, plants are everywhere. Anyway, continuing. There are numerous peer-reviewed scientific studies on the effect of plants, such as St. John's wort for depression and anxiety, arnica for severe bruising.
Severe bruising.
Doesn't work on mild bruises.
No.
And comfrey or bone knit for bone breakages. A plant used by Native Americans for thousands of years.
Oh.
Ever used Valium?
Yes.
I have not. Okay.
neither.
One of us has, perhaps. Well, it is synthesized from valerian.
Wait, but if I haven't used it, is it still synthesized from valerian? Hold on a second.
All right. Well, for one of us, it's synthesized from valerian. Continuing. Naturopathy is complementary medicine.
Ah.
It's the other part. Okay. Here in Australia.
Helps medicine.
All healing. Yeah. Here in Australia, on average, 22,000 people die per year due to side effects and incorrect prescribing of prescription medicine. Here in Australia, yep, we were already here in Australia. Here in Australia, a doctor does 2 weeks study on nutrition in their 7-year course! Exclamation. 2 fucking weeks when it's clear that the leading cause of death in the US, UK, and, oh my God, use a goddamn Oxford comma. US, UK, and Australia is heart disease, directly related to diet.
Is it
That's the
just
leading
me, or
cause
do you
of death.
smell more and more like patchouli as you read through this thing? Sorry.
Continuing one more time. Look, I love all your shows. Have listened for ages.
What?
Yeah. Well, but I get really perturbed by your espousing of anything that isn't Western medicine as bullshit.
Why?
You are skeptical and you like truth,
I do.
as do I. But we can't tar all natural medicine practices as bullshit.
Oh, yes, we can.
We're gonna any minute. Get ready. But the end of that sentence was, we can't tar all natural medicine practices as bullshit the same way we can't worship Western medicine as the only God. Cheers, TV.
That makes
Oh.
a very confusing
Oh,
final
dear.
sentence.
Okay, so if you've been...
Noah, you ready?
Yeah, so if you've been listening as long as you say you have, I fear that you're doing it wrong, bro. So, okay, let's be super clear. Anything that isn't Western medicine is bullshit. And maybe you should have done any amount of research from any objective source before sending this email. That way, you could have learned that you were wrong in the privacy of your own home, all alone, instead of in front of all of these other listeners.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I am super duper skeptical that TV has been listening for long. Like, I'm pretty proudly the dumbest person on this podcast, and even I Googled a bunch of this shit into nopedom pretty easily,
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, but let's be fair. Let's hear it out.
Yeah.
Maybe we spend a little time on the actual definition of naturopathy, because it's not botany.
No, it isn't. Okay, so let me read you the opening sentences of the Wikipedia article with a quick nod to Susan Gerbic and her army of skeptical wikiers. I have approved this definition. Quote,
Susie Gerbs.
naturopathy is a form of alternative medicine that employs an array of pseudoscientific practices branded as natural, non-invasive, and as promoting self-healing. The ideology and methods of naturopathy are based on vitalism and folk medicine rather than evidence-based medicine. End quote.
Right. And look, even if you don't trust the cucks over at wikipedia.com, that rag, here's what they say according to naturopathic.org. Quote, naturopathic practice includes the following diagnostic and therapeutic modalities: clinical and laboratory diagnostic testing, nutritional medicine, botanical medicine, naturopathic physical medicine, including naturopathic manipulative therapy.
Oh, it does include the manipulative
it does,
therapy.
in case you're wondering.
Yeah, right.
Public health measures.
Yeah, sanitation.
Hygiene. Counseling. This is the terrifying one.
Sewers.
Minor surgery.
Oh! Wait, there's more.
Get ready, because I'm going to pull a pin out. Homeopathy.
Yep.
I'm going to pull another pin out because it doesn't matter where you put them. Acupuncture. Prescription medication. Nope, not unless you're also an MD. Intravenous and injection therapy. Terrifying. And naturopathic obstetrics. Natural childbirth.
That's where you birth a child with a tree.
Yeah, that is a painful childbirth. So, TV, little point here. It is homeopathy according to naturopathic.org.
Yep.
By the way, I also read a definition that described naturopathy as healing using natural forces, like using the elements of like fire, wind, earth, and air.
It's medicine
gravity.
plus, right?
Yeah. Right. Okay, but what about this allopathic medicine we seem to be so fond of? What's that
right,
all
yeah.
about?
Okay, so quick hint for you, TV. If you're using the word allopathic, you're full of shit. Okay? That is a bullshit term that's not used anywhere outside of bullshit. It's a bullshit term designed by con artists to distinguish real medicine from bullshit without having to use the terms real and bullshit.
It's a reverse euphemism for real. It means real.
Yes.
In fact, at TV, you know who coined the term, who literally came up with that term? The guy who invented homeopathy, TV.
Really?
The guy. Yep.
Wow. And also, by the way, allopathic, just to be perfectly clear, it literally means drugs that do the opposite of the disease.
Yes.
Like, treatment that makes you better. That's what that means. So the other stuff would be... ...
What? Yeah, okay, and that's the thing, though. Like, look, pointing out two places where naturopaths might overlap with real medicine doesn't help you in this case, seeing as how the things you're pointing out were things that real doctors already do, right? These studies that you were talking about, notice how those things are all used by real allopathic doctors. That's because they've been proven to be effective. That's what allopathic medicine is. It's stuff that has been shown to work.
Yeah, and on top of that, I just want to say, it is super duper dangerous to cite natural remedies, right? Like, first of all, like Noah said, when that shit works, it's incorporated and made into medicine. But like, aspirin is a thing, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea to eat willow tree bark. You can't, that's not, it's not better as bark.
But if that was a good idea, and we realized that, willow tree bark would become allopathic medicine all of a sudden, by definition. Real doctors, by the way, they're fully aware that plants are one of the many physical objects on Earth that might contain healthy stuff or might be useful in medicine. They get that.
And more importantly, I really don't want to go into the details of like, this cures this and this cures that and what those studies break down to and the problems with them. The unspoken problem of, did you know that blank is as effective as real medicine in these peer-reviewed trials is that, one, that's not true because of a variety of factors. But two, it's used as an excuse to prevent people from taking medicine. Right? Look, when I was in high school and in super serious danger because of my mental illness, do you know what a naturopath prescribed me? B12 and St. John's wort, and it didn't work.
How'd that go?
It didn't work.
Yeah, right.
It was bad.
Well, and also, like I said, because this is just alphabetical bullshit, this whole email. Look, as to your scare tactics about misprescribed drugs, what the hell point do you think you're making? Right? Like people die from misprescribed drugs. You know what? Nobody ever died from me sticking a popsicle stick up their dick hole. Therefore, me sticking a popsicle stick up your dick hole is healthier than taking medicine. You see how that's really fucking stupid? That's the same argument you just made.
Popsicle sticks come from plants.
Well, that's 100% natural. Also, as to the nutrition thing, guess how many weeks of state-mandated courses on nutrition naturopaths take? Did you guess more or less? Maybe see a dietitian if you want an expert in fucking nutrition. One way or the other, doctors' relative lack of nutritional education does not make naturopathy more or less bullshit.
Right. And we should point out, like, that's a pretty common heuristic that you hear thrown out by pseudoscience promoters. Like, they only get blank amount of training for this. And what it ignores is that doctors get very little specific training in everything that isn't their speciality. Like, they get incredibly limited training in podiatry. But you know who doesn't? Podiatrists. They get a ton of fucking podiatry.
Yeah. Also, I feel like doctors should be spending way more time on non-diet stuff than diet stuff. Like, I feel like, you know, the endocrine system is way more complex than eat vegetables.
Well, right. That's the other thing. Does it really take more than 2 weeks to tell people, you know, eat vegetables sometimes and shit? In fact, look, the only worthwhile defense you offered for naturopathy here is that it isn't homeopathy.
Except for sometimes.
Yeah, except when it is. So yeah, kudos. You're right. It's a different flavor of absolute and complete horseshit pretending to be medicine. And you know what? It's less bullshitty in as much as something can be more or less worthless. But yes, it's all wrong. And what's more, TV, and this is important, it's wrong in a way that kills people. Right? Like living unhealthy people could hear your bullshit justification of something you clearly didn't bother to know anything about at all. And it could cause them to choose fairy dust over real medicine and become dead people.
Right. Side note, one of those people could be you.
Right.
You could be one of the people who dies.
Yeah, exactly. So please stop killing people with ignorance, TV. It's kind of our whole thing to get people to not do that. And then you wrote and said that we should let people do that more. And
look, if you're skeptical, I get it. Stick around. I promise you won't have to wait long before we once again report on a dead kid whose parents tried to cure them with non-allopathic maple syrup. I don't know.
Yeah. Wasn't he a naturopath?
Yep. He sure was.
Murder. And that's all the feedback you get. You want more? Keep sending us those emails, tweets, and Facebook messages, and we'll probably not embarrass you for 10 minutes. You'll find all the contact info on the contact page at scathingatheist.com.
St. John's Wort.